Prior to the arrival of the coronavirus, most of us had never used Zoom or any other video teleconferencing app. Oh, maybe we had a telephone conference call now and then, but now many of us are spending several hours a week or day in front of our computer screen, and it does get a bit tiring. We're going to talk about research on the way we work in just a moment. Hi, I'm Dave Edwards. Thanks for joining me with this video. Before we get to the subject at hand, I want to remind you that I've written a book about leadership, how to prepare from just your average everyday role as a manager into being a leader, someone that people want to follow, someone that has a vision. We talk about all the different ways of moving from manager to leader and developing those skills. It's all in my book, Be a Leader, Not Just a Manager. Go to my website, daveedwardsmedia.com. You'll find all the information on the book. Take a look at it. I think you'll enjoy the book. So let's get back to the subject of how COVID has changed the way we work. A new study confirms kind of what we've been feeling. The study was called Collaborating During the Coronavirus, the Impact of COVID-19 on the Nature of Work. It comes from the Harvard Business School. It shows that the number of meetings we now take has risen by almost 13%, and the number of attendees is up by 13.5%. The good news is that the overall meeting time is down slightly, even though we're having more of them. Now, why? Maybe it's just because it is so easy to send an invitation to a Zoom meeting. Do you ever think about that? And while you're sending out maybe more invitations, you're sending them to more people because it's just easier to add them to an email list. Well, the professor of business administration in the Harvard strategy unit, Rafaela Sadin, who conducted the study, said there's a general sense that we never stop being in front of Zoom or in interacting. It's very taxing, to be honest. The study also showed that employees sent 5% more emails a day and that 8% more emails were sent after regular business hours. So people have been complaining about meetings, I think, since the dawn of time. And it's clear that even though we're working from home and have the video teleconferencing equipment and software that we now have, we're not necessarily using it any wiser. We are a little bit more isolated because we're working from home, and maybe that's a reason why we schedule more meetings. But my suggestion is the same, whether you're having an in-person meeting or a teleconference meeting. Make sure you have an agenda. Once you have the agenda, invite the people that really need to be there, not just kind of the hangers-on. Follow the agenda during the meeting, and once you've reached the conclusion of the meeting, then adjourn the meeting. You might want to have a little social time tagged on. If you want to do that, that's cool. Just don't let it go on. Just don't let it go on forever. And remember, only schedule meetings when you have something to discuss. That, I think, is the really big point. Don't just schedule a meeting to share information. That's much easier to do in an email. But if you have to discuss that information or make a decision about that information, that's the time to convene a meeting, be it on Zoom or in person. What are your experiences with our new work from home Zoom culture? Share your thoughts below. I'd love to see them. Hey, I'm Dave Edwards. Thanks for joining me today.